This is episode number 94, of the Organizations Win Championships podcast, a podcast about your Chicago Bulls. I'm Dan Bernstein. That's Jason Bernstein, along with our producer, Spencer Ray. This is an Odyssey 2400 sports podcast as well, and we're getting ready for a big night. By the time you may be listening to this, you may have actually seen Lonzo Ball on the floor. And we're going to get to that in just a second because that's the story of the day. But I think we should sort of look in general at the preseason as a whole, in total. What we're seeing, what we're not seeing, what seems material at this point to you.
I think we both know the answer to what seems material, what matters the most. And right now, I think it's Modest. Just what he's been able to do in his, I wouldn't say limited because it's preseason, but it's not like he's been starting every game and being the focal point of everything. But he's shown some stuff. And this is what I said with Will last week. Modest has shown some stuff. And he dunked on Giannis and got an and one. He's had a couple flashy, dunks. He had that one against Cleveland on the fast break. He can get up a little bit more than I thought he could. He's not the fastest, but he can jump. And does he need to gain weight? 100%. But that's so many guys that come into the league. I think the other guy that I'm interested in is Julian Phillips. I think he's taken a few steps forward. He looks like he's gotten bigger for sure. I think significantly so.
And we should note that he's out with a rib contusion of some kind, is unlikely to play tonight.
It's okay. As long as he's okay by next week, I think it'll be okay. I think Phillips is going to be able to see some serious rotational minutes this year. And every once in a while, maybe throw him in the starting lineup because they have such a weird lineup and they have so many options with so many players. So I just want to see what he can do. And I'm optimistic about how fun this team could be. I think they're going to be bad, but hopefully they're fun bad. Hopefully they make things happen. I hope they play quickly. I don't mind mistakes as long as they're aggressive mistakes and they aren't timid mistakes, like I'm too scared and I'm hesitant. As long as they're assertive in what they're doing, I'm okay with it. And it's all going to change with Zach LaVine being back, and we'll see what happens with Vucevic without DeMar in the conversation. And there's so many unknowns, but in this case, I'm kind of happy. At least we know they're not going to be. I hope they don't play into the play-in, but I highly doubt they will.
That'd be a fail.
And at least we know they're not going to be in a play-in. And this is a really good draft class coming up. So I think signs are finally pointing up because they chose a direction that they wanted to go to, and we'll see what happens. And
I'm going to quibble with one thing that you said.
Jesus Christ, let's argue. Let's run it.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying that the specific term "fun bad" doesn't mean bad and fun. It means so bad that it's funny. And I don't think they're going to
be bad and fun.
Bad and fun. There. Okay, I just want to make sure that I think they can be bad and fun. I think that the most material things that I've seen on the positive side in the preseason, outside of an individual performance, 3-point shooting volume. I think it's great. This is they're taking the first good shot, and when you're shooting 40, 50 threes, that's a good sign. The overall
so much of it is sorry, go ahead. So much of it is also a factor of DeMar leaving. Yes. It really is, because when offenses run faster, they're going to shoot more threes because the ball is going to be popping around to try to find the three. Everything this preseason has been drive and kick, no matter who's doing it. And if Zach LaVine has a lane to the basket, he can dunk it or he can kick it out. So I will say, though, I think Zach this season will be better than he has been in years. I think he could play really well as long as he stays healthy, because I just think that without DeMar, he doesn't have to be the 3-point shooter only. He can take a little bit of control here. And I think Giddey's been doing a great job of finding him. He had that one nice assist where Zach LaVine did an up and under dunk. And I think that this offense fits Zach because he can run. He can run and he can jump.
Well, Zach's also on my list. This is about positives from the preseason.
I worry a little bit about injuries, but I do think that Zach, for the most part, has been pretty solid this preseason. So as long as during the season he tries defensively, although it wouldn't make a difference with how bad this team is, as long as he tries enough defensively, I think he'll succeed, and then we'll see how high his value is if they're still considering that. We'll see what happens.
Did you notice in the Memphis game when they went small and Patrick Williams was at the 5?
Okay.
He didn't get a rebound. That's not possible. I remain vexed by his inactivity and just how sort of leaden he seems to be sometimes. Just run and jump.
Do you think part of that is because Zach Edey is 7'4"?
Well, yeah, Edey's a load. There's no question. He is a load.
He had a drop step the other night. I think that was nuts. If he can learn some footwork,
yes.
But
that's a big if.
I worry about his movement. I love. First of all, I just want to say about Memphis. I love that dude Yuki, whatever, the little 5'8" point guard. That dude is
good.
Yeah, that guy is cool.
Well, he tries really hard to make himself difficult to screen.
He can pass and he can shoot. He really can. I mean, if he's not on Memphis's active roster, which I doubt he will be, I think he will 100% end up in the G League. There's no reason why he wouldn't. I just like watching that guy. And You know
who else we saw out there?
Who?
Jay Huff.
He can shoot.
Do you remember him from Virginia?
Right. Yeah,
and I know
Lakers G League. Yeah,
I think Washington G League Defensive Player of the Year. But I don't know, but that was what a ragtag Memphis lineup that was. But
he's 7'1". He can shoot. Mm-hmm. I just love the video when Zach Edey is sitting on the scorer's table and what's the Japanese guy's last name? Yuki oh my goodness.
That's Kawakami.
I just don't want to make a mistake. Kawamura. That's what I thought. What I thought. It's Yuki Kawamura, and he was standing up, taking his, sweatsuit off, and Zach Edey was sitting on the scorer's table, and he was still taller than Yuki Kawamura was, and then he stood up, and it looked like the Manute Bol and Muggsy Bogues thing. That was hilarious. I don't know. It was just funny. I think preseason is just funny, and whatever the hell went down in that Minnesota-New York game with DiVincenzo, apparently he was screaming at Thibs and not Brunson.
It was something like, here's what happens when they put you in charge or something like that.
Yeah. This is what happens when they let you on he made an and one, and then they finally got the audio from him. He goes, can't finish, right? Can't finish, right? This is what happens when they let you run the show. Let dad, referring to Rick Brunson, let dad be the coach. And then Rick Brunson came up to him after the game and thought he was talking to him and yelled at him. And he just goes, I was talking to Tibbs. I wasn't talking to you. So I don't know. If he's on his villain timing, I don't know. He's pretty skilled.
And if we're already getting storyline stuff like NBA storylines in preseason, that's kind of fun.
Also, what the hell was Giannis doing to Josh Giddey in that game? Like, he picked him up and just threw him and got a tech. Did you see that? He was getting abused.
The last game was strange. I didn't think that when I saw the starting lineup and I saw who was resting, I said, all right, well, a bunch of guys are going to get some run. Our guy Adama Sanogo, what was it, 15 rebounds.
First half, right? Yeah.
And also actually stood his ground at the rim a couple times. He's never going to be a true rim protector.
He's not bad positionally. He's smart. I've talked to him before. He's incredibly smart and just an awesome human being. And I would love to interview him again. But he's always in good position. He's never out of position. He's just not athletic enough to be an NBA level rim protector. The thing is that Brook Lopez isn't that athletic, but he's 7'1".
Right.
And I did that trivia question. Was that last week, 2 weeks ago? Something like that. 2 weeks ago. And I just think that Adama Sanogo reminds me of Greg Monroe a lot, and that's just I think that if it was 10 years ago and Adama Sanogo came out of college, or 12 years ago, I think he would have been in the NBA.
You know who would have loved
100%,
him?
but that's just
You know
not
who
where
would
the game is.
you know who would have absolutely adored Adama Sanogo back in the day? Jerry
Who?
Krause.
Really?
Krause would have
Why?
loved Adama Sanogo. Just smart, reliable, skilled, tough, sort of
He is skilled.
undersized, under the rim, 4. That was Jerry had a type, and he would certainly fit that type.
No, but I like how you said he's skilled because he is. He really
Mhm.
is. His
Yeah,
touch around
skilled.
the rim is really impressive. Because when you're not the most athletic, you have to get good at that, especially as an undersized big, and he is good at that. If the thing about the NBA now is, especially with the way the Bulls have been looking and how fast they've been playing and how many threes they've been taking, you have to shoot. And I remember watching him in the G League and warm-ups working on shooting, and we'll see what happens, but it's very obvious that they like him because they keep him around. They always want him on a two-way. He comes up for whatever it may be. It's very obvious they like him. I don't know if it's because of a locker room presence or just him being available. And when he does get in a game, he's not going to be a liability because he's not the best defender, but he's not the worst. I I also just like the guy, and I'm really, really, really rooting for him. I just am. And also, did you see that Javon Freeman Liberty was re-signed by the Windy City Bulls?
I did not.
Yeah, Javon Freeman Liberty is back on the Windy City Bulls.
So
So
he's an actual G League signing, not a
I bel
Bulls
I believe
roster.
so. I don't think he'll be playing in the preseason, but I always liked that dude.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I was
I
and,
always
when I remember when we went to one of the games, just watching his pregame routine and watching how hard he was working on some things. I'm still a believer that he can develop into a rosterable player.
Oh, yeah. I think so too, and I always have. He's 6'4", long, he can shoot, he can get into the paint, he's athletic enough. I think that what I wish if Kobe White had his length, Kobe
Oh,
White's
come
taller.
on. Of
Kobe
course.
White's taller, but if he had his arm length and hand size, because Kobe has tiny hands.
And short arms.
Ugh, God, I love Frankensteining NBA players so much. It's so fun,
Well, you
but then
can
it
do
also just
that
makes you miserable.
on 2K when you're, like, building jump shots and all that. Uh,
Well, that's
speaking of
different. That's building a jump shot.
speaking of jump shots, we watched some video of Lonzo Ball at shoot around earlier today. Still not elevating much. Not that he ever did
He
jump
never
all that
has.
high,
Stop saying this. Stop saying
but
that. Stop saying
stop
he's not
saying that.
elevating that much. Show me a single jump shot where he jumps high off the ground. And also, he's tall for his position, and guys that are tall for their position don't really need to. Karl Anthony Towns barely gets off the ground, even from 30 feet, and he drains everything. So, pardon my French, but who gives a shit? If
Well,
he can shoot, that's all
what
that matters.
matters
He's
is
never gotten off the ground. Shut up.
what
Sorry, that was
matters
rude, but shut up,
is he
respectfully.
met the media today, and he said that the cap on his minutes at the moment is going to be at 16. And he said it might end up being that he plays less than that. I
He
am
plays 12,
this
12.
already, the fact that he's even trying at this stage is already uncharted territory for sports medicine. It's already a win. It's already a victory that he can make it to this point, and good on the Bulls for allowing his comeback, for allowing him to have all of their resources, and for him to be in a position where he'll be wearing a Bulls uniform and out on the floor. Now, I want to make sure that their judgment is clear-eyed and clear-headed and sober when it comes to evaluating him as an NBA player. And just forget the name and the number 2 and just look at who he is. And
Now,
we will
post-injury.
evaluate. Yes, who and what he is, and forget the name and
Yeah.
be very, very honest.
Forget who he was. Look at
Correct.
him now.
Thank you.
I
Better
also
said.
think that, they've been doing this really well, but especially now that he is attempting to make a return and he's going to be on the floor, I hope, and I'm sure they will, because I just hope that they realize that he has a life after basketball. I know this sounds harsh, but I want them to also recognize if it's clear that he's not right or something's in there, and maybe if he wants to keep trying, go ahead. But I hope they realize that if it's just, and I hope Lonzo himself realizes if something happens, it's just not worth it. He's a kid. He has a life. He has enough money. He can bum some off of his brother if he needs to, but he won't need to. He's been looking great, by the way. If you've seen any Hornets stuff, LaMelo looks good.
You know I love LaMelo, but I also don't trust that he'll stay healthy.
You love that guy.
Yeah, I don't trust that he'll stay healthy.
But I'm rooting for Lonzo. I'll say that.
I am too.
It sucks about Paul George. I'm just glad it wasn't that bad. It just looked gross. But I think
George is, and here's the thing: people are Googling like Paul George.
Oh
injury,
no,
yeah, like you got to be super careful. Yeah, like just be, if you don't just randomly click on stuff regarding Paul George injury because it's gross. It's right. That's why I have not looked at the Aiden Hutchinson injury. Oh no, don't. Have you seen it?
It's
okay.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about it. Don't hear about it. So
I'm hopeful for Lonzo. In the broadcast.
No, I don't know. No. Stop. I told you that's enough.
Feel bad for the guy.
That
sucks. That sucks. He was the defensive player of the year by a mile, and I'm a Bears fan, and I'm saying it sucks. By the favorite team, my favorite team other than the Bears in the NFC North is unquestionably the Lions, even though when the Bears play them, they are going to kick their ass.
I don't know.
I don't know. The defense is really good.
I don't know.
But
so I have in front of me the just published list by The Ringer. They do this every year. This is their preseason top 100 NBA player rankings.
If Chuck Swirsky had a website, it would be called The Rimmer.
It's Rim. Hey, who do you think is their best player in the NBA? Who's the best player in the NBA?
Jokic.
Yeah, I'll just give you the top 10. You know, there's no Bulls.
No.
In the top
10. I haven't looked at the full list. So
okay,
Jokic. I'm just going for top 10. Jokic, Luka. Where's Luka?
Second.
Pull it up. Second. Giannis.
Yeah. Third.
Giannis.
Yeah. He's third.
Is Tatum up there?
Tatum's 6.
6. Okay, so I got 4 of the top 10. Give me LeBron. Still top 10?
10.
Okay, so that's 5. I doubt it's going to be Devin Booker.
It is not. Devin Booker's 13.
Ant Edwards?
Ant is 11.
So close. Jaylen Brown could be like 9th or something after his finals performance.
Jaylen Brown is 14.
Okay. Oof. I want to get this.
We could have done this in the showdown. Embiid is 5. Embiid is 5.
Okay.
You need 4, 7, 8, and 9.
4, 7, 8, 9. No hints. Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson is 12.
Curry
is 7.
Wow.
You need 4, 8, and 9.
KD
is 8. KD is 8. You need 4 and 9.
Look at KD, Steph, and LeBron. My God.
It's amazing.
Are there any more Team USA guys?
I don't know. I'm just going to give them to you. This wasn't. Okay. I didn't want to get hung up on this. Number 4 is SGA.
Wow, that's high.
Number 9 is Anthony Davis.
AD, okay.
Yeah. So there are 3 Bulls on this list. On the top 100, 3 Bulls.
Zach, Kobe, Vooch.
Zach, Kobe, but not Vooch. Kobe is 64, and the
Zach is
full
what?
the full analysis, they say, well, the headline is breakout youngster who leaped from overlooked third guard to high-level starter in the blink of an eye. He said he won the starting point guard spot. Zach LaVine got hurt, and he downright exploded.
There's another top 100 guy.
Thrived as an on-ball creator and off-ball floor spacer. Said it is unclear whether he has another leap inside of him, but he's still just 24 years old. And they say his 3-year, $36 million extension makes him one of the league's best bargains.
Yeah. Okay. So Kobe, Zach.
Well, okay. Well, let me read you Zach first.
Okay.
Zach is 73, and it says combustible athlete with a score first, second, and third mindset. Said he has the skill, talent, and a vertical leap so high he's impossible to ensure. Nuclear powered on the open floor, can score efficiently at all three levels, but no star's career sits at a bigger crossroads. The Bulls no longer want to employ him, which makes sense. They've only won one playoff game and a single postseason appearance since LaVine was acquired. One. Through all that struggle, the two-time All-Star has either been not healthy enough to contribute or failed to develop areas of his game that actually lead to meaningful wins. His defense is bad, decision-making listless, doesn't make anyone around him better, has the kind of shot diet that gives coaches indigestion. Adding insult to injury, the Bulls can't unload the contract that guarantees him $137 million over the next 3 years without attaching an asset. To recap, LaVine is an anvil on the cap sheet, having undergone multiple knee surgeries with his 30th birthday in March. Not good.
Ouch. Okay. And then there's one more. They're not going to give it to Lonzo, are they?
No. Well, of course not.
Okay.
This is, I will tell you,
it's not Vooch.
No, and it's number 100, the very last player on the list.
Giddey.
Yeah, you're right.
Giddey?
Josh Giddey. Yep.
Okay.
It says wizardly passer with a golden opportunity to prove he can run an offense. Giddey wasn't cut out for life off the ball. That was clear last postseason when struggles led to a major reduction in minutes and a bench role for the first time. There may still be high-level starting point guard buried under that bushel of locks. L-O-C-K-S, not L-O-X. He doesn't have like locks on his head.
I would love a bushel of
yeah, that'd be awesome.
L-O-X. Yeah, I missed that during break
did.
fast. Instead, I just got Italian-American food. It was
So?
awesome. I got meatballs, a Caesar salad, and a roasted red pepper soup and cheesy garlic bread. What's better than that to break fast? There's a place on campus called Fresco's.
Oh,
and it was,
okay.
You want to know how much all of that was, including tip? $27.
Okay.
$27.
I said poor outside shooting made Giddey an uneasy fit as a tertiary option, but he can perform magic tricks with the ball in his hands. Some truly imaginative passes, notably out of sideline, out of bounds, has preternatural court feel to create windows that didn't previously exist by attacking and shifting a defense or spinning the ball and bending it like Beckham to its recipient. He's as big as a power forward, can rebound like one, but even the league's biggest ball pounders utilize only a third of their team's possessions. And with new backcourt mate Kobe White developing into a nifty ball mover in his own right, he'll need to do better when he gives it up. There's a lot to like about Giddey, younger than 8 first-round rookies, but he'll never get a better shot at reaching his potential than the one Chicago has laid out for him this season. There you go.
Ball pounder.
I don't know. I've never heard that before.
You could have said anything else.
Want to do the showdown?
Anything else?
Want to do the showdown?
Sure. Ball pounder.
All right, let's congratulate our winner from last week. I think his name is probably Joe because it's like Joe and a bunch of letters and numbers, but actually got the correct answer to the most valuable NBA player by win shares of the 1987 first team All Big East squad. It is, of course, Mark Jackson, who was the St. John's point guard. While everyone on that team played in the NBA, Mark Jackson, by a mile, was the most valuable. So congratulations to our winner. And now I will start by asking you, Jason Bernstein, as the NBA gets set to begin the 2024-2025 season, among active players Can you name the top 10 in games played right now?
Say that again. I'm sorry. I was just looking at my Showdown question. Go ahead.
The active top 10 in games played.
LeBron James.
Number 1.
Chris Paul.
Number 2.
Steph Curry.
No.
James Johnson.
No. Not a terrible guess, though.
Udonis Haslem still doesn't count. Al Horford.
Al Horford is 9th.
Just thinking of old guys. Old guys.
Old
or
active
maybe guys. Yeah. Old active players. Brooke Lopez?
Brooke Lopez is 14th.
This is hard.
There's some wild names on here.
I'm sure there are. Wild meaning like role players, and they've just stayed in the league. Lou Williams? No, he's not in the league. I'm an idiot.
Long gone. Long gone.
I don't know why I said that. I just thought of old James Harden.
James Harden's 10th.
Okay, Kevin Durant then for sure.
He's 11th.
Wow. Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because he had that Achilles tear.
Yep. It's guys who have been able to be relatively healthy.
Got to be Westbrook then, right?
He's 5th.
Wow. Good for him.
Yep. You want the
Carmelo
rest?
Anthony's done. No. How many do I have?
I think you have 5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you got LeBron, Chris Paul, Westbrook, Horford, and Harden.
No, I don't want them. I don't. I feel like they're just gonna be some old bigs that have just been in the league forever. I feel like there's gotta be.
No.
Are there any bigs left?
There's one. I wouldn't describe them as bigs. They're 2 forwards, but they're big
Rudy Gay's out of the league.
Wings. Correct.
Wes Matthews?
Nope. Number 4 is a former Bull, a relatively recent former Bull. Number 7
Garrett
is
Temple.
a former. No. Number 7 is a former Bull. Number 3, I think, is just old as
Thad
shit.
Young? Is he still in the league?
Yes, Thad Young is 4th.
He's always up there in some stat with a bunch of NBA stars.
Yep. Thagic Johnson is 4th.
Legend. So now I need 4 more. You said 7 was a former Bull as well. A while ago-ish?
No.
Like, played last season with the Bulls?
Yep.
Last season?
Yep.
Drummond?
Nope.
Is he still on the team?
Nope. Come on.
Played on the Bulls last season.
Yes.
Forward.
You've mentioned him. No, he's not. He's a guard. Has played a little small forward, but he's primarily a wing. You've mentioned him multiple times already this show.
I'm going to feel like an idiot. All right.
Yes. Appropriately so.
You said he's not on the team anymore?
No, he's not on the team anymore. He was on the team last year, and he's 7th among active NBA players in games played.
God, oh no.
What?
What? DeMarvelous.
Yes, DeMar DeRozan.
Oh, stupid. Oh my God.
All right, you want the others?
Oh my goodness, that is bad.
Right.
I need to go and
we just send you to the basketball re-education camp. All right, I'm giving you the others.
Oh, Jesus.
Number 3 is Jeff Green.
Oh, I should have gotten that. That's bad.
Number 6 is Kyle Lowry.
Wow. I forgot he was in the league.
And number 8 is Mike Conley.
I should have gotten all those.
Okay, well, you didn't. My turn.
I'm really pissed at myself. I mean, I would have eventually, but So my question is pretty simple, and there are 4 sets of NBA players, 4 sets of identical twins who
Ooh,
played in the NBA last season. Can you name the 4 of them?
wait, identical twins who played last
Identical.
season?
4
All
sets
right.
of identical twins that all played last season.
Okay, Lopez.
Lopez.
Oh, and this is one of the Johnsons, like the Jalen. Is it Jalen Johnson and the who are they?
There's no Johnson.
It's Jalen. It's a Jalen,
No
right?
Jalen's.
Are you
No
sure?
Jalen's. 100%.
Okay. All right. The Holidays aren't identical twins. Oh,
You're thinking of
oh,
Jalen Williams and Jalen Williams from the Thunder, but they're not related.
that's probably what I'm thinking of. Who
Yeah.
who are the guys on the guy in the Heat, the guy from Nevada, the twins from Nevada, Martin?
Caleb and Cody Martin. Yep, there you go.
We're down to one Zeller, right?
Down to one Zeller. Correct. Tyler Zeller has not been in the league for a minute. They're also not
I,
identical.
all right. Well, I mean, I thought it was a pretty. I'm trying to remember who they are. The Plumleys aren't twins, even though they all look identical, but they're not identical.
They don't
They're
look
not even
identical.
twins. Yeah, they do.
No,
Lopez, Martin. Ooh, this
and
is a good
both sets
question.
of twins, both of them you can't tell them apart unless you know what team each of them are on. I would it's kind of scary. Well, one of them is a little bit more uncanny than the other, I would say. But they're both really identical, not like with the Lopez brothers where one of them has a completely different hairstyle. They have the same hairstyle, that sort of thing.
They're probably down roster guys, right?
Nope.
No.
One of them, one set definitely not. The other guys now and they're a little bit older, so now in their career they're not what they used to be. But both of them were never an all-star, but solid starters.
This is such a good question. I don't know
At all? Do you want me to give it to you?
I don't think so. Should I mean, am I gonna be mad at myself?
I think you should get at least one of them for sure. The other one, I think you'll be like, "Oh, okay." You won't be mad at yourself, but I think you could get it. It's not something crazy obscure.
I don't know.
You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Okay, the one should have gotten Thompson twins, Amen and Asar.
Oh,
Both
sure.
really good
Asar
players.
and Amen. Yes.
You should have gotten that.
That I
And
should
then
have
the
gotten.
one's a little bit tougher that you still probably should have gotten, Marcus and Markieff Morris. Should have
Okay.
probably gotten
Yes.
that.
Yes. Yeah. I should have.
I think that was kind of a fail
I
on
think
your
I
part.
might have gotten the most obscure one in the Martins, though.
Yeah, I thought that was the toughest by a mile.
Okay, so I did
By
get
a mile.
that one. All right, so that
I think you
brings
only
us
know that
to
because the Loyola run and Eric Musselman and that
it
sort of
helps.
stuff.
It helps.
Yeah.
Your
All right.
crowd question is a two-parter.
It's 2 questions, and you have to get both of them, and you have to answer in respective order to the questions in which I ask them.
All right.
So both of them are about NBA bubble suspensions, and I will give you the reason that they were suspended, and you have to name the player. And there are 2 of them. So,
Okay.
which NBA player got suspended during the bubble for leaving for a funeral and then, while still outside of the bubble, going to a strip club? Next
I know
question.
the answer to that. Okay.
Next question. Which player in the NBA bubble got suspended for quote unquote crossing the line to pick up a food order and wasn't able to play?
Okay. Okay.
And so those are the 2 questions you need to answer. If you want to put the question that I asked or put, strip club and then food order and put the names down, that works. Just make sure that you specify which player for which question. Otherwise, you're wrong.
Can I ask?
So
Can I just ask if I'm right about the food? I think I know what the food was.
I don't know exactly what I didn't look that up. I just knew that this player got suspended for this reason. But after the episode, yes. I don't want you to spoil
Okay.
it.
I know the food, but I don't know the player. That's how my mind works.
Because you're a loon.
Because I'm weird. All right. Well, that's going to do it. So send in your answers either to at Jason.Bernstein_ on Instagram, or you can send the answer to at Dan_Bernstein on Twitter, and then we will shout you out as the winner of our crowd question. So that'll do it for episode 94 of Organizations Win Championships. Like it, rate it, subscribe, do all the things, and we'll get you next time.
We'll see you guys soon and getting close to 100, just like you.